Hey everybody, Rick here. I am at Island Park Saturday morning, March the 21st. It is about 10:20 a.m. I've not had a video now since Christmas, and that's just because it's just too cold. Days are too short. It's just not much going on. However, that is all about to change. Starting next month, we're going to be going to festivals all the way through till October, and that does not count all the road trips we are going to be taking. So I thank you for just bearing with me over the winter months. It's just a beautiful, there's no wind at all. It's like almost 70 degrees this morning. Yesterday it was in the mid 90s. That's crazy, and today's supposed to be even hotter. We're supposed to be breaking records, I guess, for today. Now I've got a equipment update. I got me a new phone here a few months ago, and I also have a gimbal, which I'm trying out this morning. Yeah, there's been lots happened. Actually, I got the phone like late last year, and I just recently got the gimbal. So like I said, this is just kind of a walk and talk. I know I go to Island Park all the time. Unfortunately, here in Winfield, there's just not much to go to. But like I said, this is just something to get me started, to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Next month, April the 11th, it's on a Saturday, I'll be going to a car show. I believe it's in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Going to be going to that, and then there's like one every month. There's one in May, I believe. That just goes on. You know, of course, September and October are when most of the festivals and things like that hit. But, you know, it's just those dark, cold winter months. It's just hard to do anything. But now, here we are. The 21st of March. This could easily be April or May. That it's just so cool. So, you know, I just thought we'd do a walk and talk and see how the new phone's going to do. I got it late last year. Things, it seemed like everything happened late last year. Got me a new pair of glasses. Last year, I don't remember what month it was, but these are really nice. I've got they're the transitional lens. They're the aviator style. They're the extra thick lens, and I got a real good deal on them, and I'm real happy with them. My other glasses just wore out. I just couldn't wear them anymore. I've had them for like 8 years. And then see what else happened over the winter months. My key fob on my car just completely quit working. Just nothing, dead. The car wouldn't even start, nothing. So we got checking around with different places to get a new key fob. And these key fobs, I had no idea. They can go anywhere from, oh, I don't know, $200 or $300 to up to $1,000 for a key fob. Well, we were in Ark City looking for some place to get a new key fob, and they wanted, again, about $300-400, a lot of places we went, but they didn't have what we needed. They didn't have the kind of that we needed. So we were stranded. I was going to call a wrecker or something, and the wife still works. So after we kind of got over that a little bit, we got back home, and I called a friend of mine that has a towing service. He said there's an individual in town right now that's all he does is keys, car keys, key fobs. And so we said okay, and said I called him, talked to him. He said, well, come on out, and he'll come over to our house and he'll get fixed up. And I got a new key fob for, I think it's $250, and that's cheap compared to the prices that I had checked on previous to that. So that's just a few things been going on over the winter months. But so far this gimbal has worked really good. I know you probably can't tell it on the video. I think I'm going to turn this around now. We can continue to walk and talk here around Island Park. It's a little busy this morning. It's not like packed or anything like that. But it's a little busy. As the day goes on, it'll probably get busier. Let me go ahead and turn this around here real quick. Okay, there we go. Now, okay. Boy, I tell you what, I just cannot believe this weather. Okay, a week ago, this Monday, this coming Monday, it was like 50, 60 mile an hour winds and 20 degrees outside. 20 degrees outside. That was last Monday. So here we are almost a week later, and we're having spring-like weather. Isn't that crazy? You know, winter one day and spring the next. Actually, the last several days have been really nice. So, that's kind of a real fast update, I know. But I just thought we kind of enjoy the day a little bit. I think later on this morning, we're going to go take our dogs. Winfield has a dog park. And it's real nice. It's a nice dog park. And we thought we'd let them run around a little bit. We got 2 dogs now. We got she's like a lab, a black lab. And she's young, she's a little puppy. And she's very active. She loves to be outdoors. A lot of times when we go someplace, we'll just leave her outdoors. Of course, weather permitting, you know, but yeah, that's what we try to do. But at any rate, and of course we still got Journey. He's his mid-30s now. I was thinking about going over to the other side of the park. This playgrounds area over here, you probably can't see it too good yet. It is just packed. Of course, you know, it's a nice day out. People wanting to get out after this. I mean, we didn't have a real bad winter. We had 1 snow. 1. And I think we probably got a couple inches out of the deal. I mean, it wasn't horrifically bad. That's all we got. Now we got a whole ton of really, really cold. I mean, like I said earlier, like in the teens. You know, that's just crazy. But, you know, that's to be expected. But here we are. 21st of March. It's supposed to get like almost 100 a day compared to this time last week. That's just crazy. For the good, though, as far as I'm concerned. I'm done. We don't get really that bad of winters usually. But I do not like winter at all. I have a 0 tolerance for any kind of winter. And I'm so envious. These people live in like Central Florida. While we were in the teens, they were out wearing t-shirts and shorts. Oh, man. That's just so wrong. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Yeah, I got a pretty good deal on my phone. I accidentally got my other phone wet, and of course, once you get these things wet, they're done. So, went to Walmart, of course, and I got a kind of a medium range phone. I didn't get the cheapest. Most certainly did not get the most expensive, and turned out with a really nice phone. I want to give you all a heads up. I had to learn the hard way. If you have to purchase a new cell phone, don't go with all that rigmarole they want you to go through to get your phone started up. You don't need to do that. Take your SIM card out of your old phone and put it into your new phone, and it'll automatically activate. That's all I did. I had got a tip. We drove all the way to Wichita because we thought we had to go to Wichita to activate the phone. And the guy says, well, really, all you got to do, did you keep your old SIM card? I said, well, yeah, it's still on the phone. It got wet. He said, that will not affect the SIM card. Take it out, put it in your new phone, and you'll be set. And that's what I did. So if you all ever have to go through something like that, you know, just take out your old SIM card and use it on your new phone. I mean, it transferred everything over. Pictures, all my apps, everything I used on the old phone I have on the new phone. Now there's a few things I had to add, but like I say, like 98% of everything I had on my old phone transferred right over to the new one. It's not quite, it don't have quite the what I want to say, like pixels or anything like that, but you know what, it'll do perfectly well. I'm hoping. This is the first time I've actually used the phone in this capacity. I've taken pictures, but this is my first real video, and again using my new gimbal this morning. I'm hoping it makes these a lot smoother, you know, that sort of thing. I got kind of a glare this morning, so I'm trying to be careful. You know, I'll have to go home and look at the video, see how good it did. I think it'll do all right. The one real advantage I have over using the phone is it goes right to Google. I don't have to upload anything. I don't have to do anything but just simply put it on YouTube. Now, if I so choose to, I can use one of my editing programs and do it just like I would if I was using my action camera. I can do that if I want to, if I have to, like for voiceovers or whatever the case may be. I've got one program now, but it does everything. It puts the videos together, it does slideshows, it does voiceovers. It does a lot of, it's really a pretty good program. And it didn't cost anything. It was a free program, and it does real good. Like if you want to cut something out, it'll trim your video. If you want to cut something out of it, it'll trim your video. You got that option on there. It's got a whole ton of options. You can trim your video, just whatever you might need to do. But it works really, really well. Now that video I had to put, that app I had to put back on. It didn't transfer over, but you know what? That's a small price to pay for getting literally everything back on my phone. I was very pleased with all that. And there again, we're at good old Island Park this morning. I was thinking about going someplace else, but there's no place else to go unless I want to go out of town somewhere. I really didn't want to do that this morning. But our activities are going to be ramping up here. Like I said earlier, starting next month, April the 11th. If nothing goes wrong, weather-wise or something like that, I'm definitely going to go to this car show. And I believe it's in Ponca. I'm looking at my reflection in my cell phone. These glasses get dark now. They do. They get real dark. They're dark brown. And they really get dark. But I would expect that, you know, from a transitional lens. But no, I went through another outfit. I did not go through my my regular eye doctor because they wanted, oh my gosh, they wanted a small fortune or large fortune or however you want to look at it for glasses and lens and all that. I'm trying to remember the name of this outfit. I can't remember the name of it. But the wife's already got 2 pairs through them. And I got this pair. And I'm thinking about getting me another pair because I got all this I just mentioned. Frames, lens, transitional lens, extra wide lens, all of that I got for, see what I give, less than $200. And that, my eye doctor would have wanted like, 3 times that. So I did pretty good on getting the new glasses. But I thought we'd walk over here across the bridge here and just kind of walk around here a little bit. It's not a real major video today. Just something to do, mainly kind of get to enjoy this beautiful weather. we've been getting out, like, you know, just going shopping and such. But our road trips will start, I promise you that. And I appreciate all my subscribers and all the folks that stuck by me over those cold, dark winter months where I wasn't really able to do any videos. I mean, my subscriber rate did not change a bit, and I really appreciate that. But like I said, we're going to be getting more active, you know, as time goes on. They do try to keep the old lagoon in pretty good shape. It looks really good right now. But later on this summer, probably like June, July, August, it'll start to develop algae. And it will, I don't know if the city can't treat the water, or if they, for some reason, they don't want to. But it will literally stay that way until winter, and it'll clear up. It's like a cycle. You know, during the winter and spring months, it'll be really nice. Lagoon looks really nice, but then when we get deep into summer, it'll all turn to algae again. But they keep Island Park done up. I have to give them credit for that. They really do. And I'm always seeing a lot of green grass. My yard looks really bad, I'll have to admit. I need to get out and I need to get my lawnmower put back together, my weed eater put back together, get fresh gas and oil. Of course, in the winter months, I take everything apart and winterize it so I don't ruin it. If you don't drain out your gas and oil and it sits all winter long, it will gum up. I know I've had it happen to me before. It will ruin your lawn mowing or weed eater equipment. And trust me, it will cost more to get it fixed than it would be just buy a new one. I know it's been, oh gosh, several years ago, and I thought, okay, I'll take care of this problem. I'm going to take that weed eater in and wrap it all up and keep it nice and warm during the cold winter months. Well, unbeknownst to me at the time, when you do that, that gas, what little bit of gas oil you've got left, because you're not going to get it all out, it gummed everything up and ruined it. So don't do that. Don't do that. Just take your gas cap off, take your oil cap off, turn it upside down, and let it air out over the winter months. And when you get your everything put back together, it should fire right up. So there's been a lot of lessons I've had to learn the hard way. Literally, that was like a brand new weed eater. I used it one summer. Of course, that there again, that was my stupidity. Yeah, I thought we'd walk around Timber Creek. I don't think we'll go real far this morning. I'm thinking now, I bet if you go back over 100 years, this was very much an active river. But see, this river was separated by the dike. And that's what happened to down here. And of course, they still got algae down here because it doesn't move. It just stagnates. It just doesn't go nowhere. But I do believe at one time, this was part of an active river. Now it's just algae and broken trees, tree limbs. But it's looked like this ever since I can remember. And I will tell you, I think I've mentioned this before, I've done so many videos. If you look on my channel, I've done dozens of Island Park videos over the years. Found some pretty interesting things down here though. And I probably mentioned this before, but there used to be train tracks. There was a train that ran through here. And I also believe there was a mill down here at one time, before it looks like it does today. I've been seeing, you know, over the years, I've been seeing remnants of it. Really didn't know what it was, but I believe it was a mill, and of course the railroad tracks. In fact, the supports for the railroad tracks are still there to this day. But the tracks and all that course is all long gone. But there are several different paths you can take down here. You can take the long way around, or if you go that way, you'll just wind up right back where we started. And like I said, I don't think we're going to go through all here this morning, but everything's turning green real quick. It really is. I've got to get out there and get my stuff working again. It doesn't take that long. It's just doing it. And then once I get that done, then it'll work all, of course, it just fires up all summer. And of course, there's another walking path that you can take. I used to come down here as a kid before they had all this. I used to come down there and explore when I was a kid. And it was really pretty interesting way back then as opposed to now. Yeah, I mean, it still is. I mean, I like the walking trails. That's just pretty cool. But, you know, it's just, I was back, did this before all the walking trails and all that. I'll just go down there and see these railroad supports. In the wintertime is the best time to see these because they're so much more visible. In the summertime, they're all covered up with leaves and all that. But we're coming up on one now. There's 3 of them all together. Well, this is the first one we're coming up on now. And according to these railroad supports, I'll show you here in a minute. They're all pointed, if you'll see, just like you're looking this way, so that it go like in that direction. Back before it all looks like this now, it would have been all cleaned out and tracks and all that. But yeah, that's one of them. Let's go down and we'll look at the other 2, and I'll probably turn around and go back. Now see, there's the other 2. You can see them there. If you walk on the, I can show you on the other side. I can show you where I think the tracks led at one time. Let's go over this way. Everything's not quite covered up yet down here. But that's a real good view of the other 2 supports. And that's what the tracks would ran on, of course. And of course, that hill, I don't think it would have been there at that time, but it doesn't make any sense. I think that's grew up over the years. That would have been all leveled out for the train. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and head on back. Of course, there's your clear area here. I think that's like a fire break where these telephone poles or electric poles, this little pathway here, they keep that cleaned out on purpose. But yeah, I have in the past, I've walked on down there, a little path that you can take, and you walk down in front of these supports, but I'm not going to do that today. Anyway, I think we'll just walk on, head on back. I've already been on this half an hour already. Yeah, this is just mainly an equipment update and event update as to what we're going to be doing over the summer months. This one in Ponca I've never been to. It's a car and bike show, and I'm really looking forward. Hopefully nothing will go wrong between now and then. Yeah, like I said, I've done videos where I walked all the way through this over the years. Like I said, my main goal today was just to make sure everything is going to work properly for when I do a real video. But like I also said, I've got my action camera that I can use if I want to. I've had that action camera now for, oh gosh, I don't know how long, for years and years and years, and it still works real good. Of course, I got my dash cam. Oh, I about forgot. There's one other thing we're going to be doing this summer. This year is the 100th anniversary of Route 66. Route 66 was made or developed in 1926. So we're going to take a Route 66 road trip. I just don't know when. It might be June, it might be July. The longer the days, the better. We'll have our dogs with us. I think we'll start out, we'll go to Baxter Springs, and then Galena and Joplin, and then we're going to go to 2 more cities. It's going to be just one big, long day trip / road trip. And besides being the 100th anniversary for Route 66, a real famous YouTuber passed away just like 2 days before Christmas. Adam the Woo passed away at 51 years old. He's known all over the world. He had millions of subscribers. Look at these toadstools. But anyway, I'm going to be doing that for 2 reasons: for the anniversary of Route 66 and to commemorate Adam the Woo, because he was going to do that this summer. If you want to know who he is, just look him up on YouTube. They still got his videos. You can watch all of them. He was a YouTuber for, oh gosh, 12, 13 years. And he went for 5 years and never missed a day of recording in 5 years. He did a video every single day in that 5-year period. And he had a lot of friends all over the world. I mean, they had a massive celebration of life for him just a few weeks ago. It's there again. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. But yeah, every morning I'd get up and my favorite thing to do was watch that day's video segment with Adam the Woo. That name was totally made up. It didn't mean anything. It did not stand for anything. It was just something that popped into his head. He had to have a name, or wanted a name for his channel, and this name just popped into his head. It doesn't mean anything. There's no significance to it at all, other than that was his YouTube channel, Adam the Woo, W-O-O, Adam the Woo. Look it up if you've never heard of him. But if you're going to watch all of his videos, it's going to take you a while. He's got thousands of videos on YouTube, I would imagine, after a 12, 13, 14-year period. And the guy was a go-getter. I mean, he was always going. He loved Walt Disney World and Disneyland. He lived in Celebration, Florida, which is practically in the backyard of Walt Disney World. He started out with nothing. This guy started out with absolutely nothing. Had an old van, and over the years he worked himself up. In fact, he got so good, he started making money off of commercials and other things, like he invested heavily in stocks. And one day he just said, I'm not going to do Patreon anymore. I'm just not going to. You know, when you get that many millions of subscribers, people always want you to go here, go there, do this, do that. And he simply couldn't do it. So he just said, you know what? I'm just going to drop Patreon. I don't need Patreon anymore. I know he had stocks in Disney World. He had stocks in Starbucks. He just didn't need Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's just a way that YouTubers get their pay. People will send in money. I'm not sure how it works now, but you got to have 1,000 subscribers before YouTube will let you have Patreon. However, you don't need Patreon. You can go through your PayPal and things like that, and you can get your money that way if you so choose to do that, if you want to be paid for your videos. I do not. I just don't want to. It's just because, you know, if you have to pay taxes on that, you know, and we're at the age now where we're getting returns back. We have since we retired, and I just don't think it's going to throw a wrench in that, you know, I mean. And like I said, I've said this ever since day one of my channel. I just do this for fun. For your enjoyment too, I hope. Fun enjoyment too, I hope. But, you know, I mean, that's just, you know, that's just me though. I just would rather not mess with that part of it. I mean, as far as getting paid. But at any rate, I think we're about done. I wasn't going to go too much over 30 minutes. I hope wherever you're at, you're having a day like we're having today. It is just absolutely beyond beautiful. Like I said earlier, there's no wind. It's going to be like later on today, be in the 90s. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful day. See how pretty that lagoon looks right now? Just like a mirror. Really nice. It's a shame it don't look that way all year long. But it just doesn't. We'll go over here and look at this side. Give it a good look here. Yeah, I hope you have a nice weekend. I hope the weather is nice where you're at, depending on what part of the country you may live in. I'll go home and review the footage, and I'll probably put this on video on YouTube. Well, that playground is just packed. Of course, you'd expect it to be on a day like this. I know our spring break for the kids just ended yesterday, so I mean, it's crazy. Spring break time's always crazy. It gets pretty busy for that week. Of course, they're all different towns have different time frames, you know, and all that. But I think ours just ended. I'm not sure. But that's why I was under the assumption that it was this last week. It ends today. Well, it ended yesterday. So anyway, I think I want to head back to the car and go back home. I'm going to take the dogs for a walk and just have some fun today. Just get out and enjoy this beautiful day. Hope you can too today. All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed this little impromptu video. And I just want to jump again and just, you know, there again, just let you know what our plans are over the next few months. We're going to be very active, going places, doing things just like we did last summer. So, at any rate, I think we're going to call it good for now. Please remember to hit that like button. When you do that, it really helps with the algorithms of YouTube. And don't be afraid to share these with your family, with your friends. Any video that I've done, share them with your family and friends. I do appreciate all my subscribers, and I appreciate everybody that watches, whether you're a subscriber or not. It makes me feel good because I feel like you enjoy watching our videos. Well, there's a nice van over there. Oh, that's real nice. Oh, howdy. I like the wheels on that. That's real nice. I think we'll just cut through here and head on that way. Okay. I think we're going to call it a day. There again, get out and enjoy. If you're having weather like this, get out and enjoy it no matter what it might be, just like I did, just for a few minutes if that's what you want to do. Just gotta enjoy these beautiful, gorgeous days. And I'm looking forward to getting our year started. It's going to be fun. I think I've got like 11 festivals planned this year, 11 or 12, something like that. So I'm real excited to be getting started. Of course, as always, Last Run and the car show in Arc City, and then Arkalala in Arc City. Those are two I look forward to going to. And there's many others. Wellington has a festival. Oxford has a festival. Belle Plaine has a festival. Rose Hill, Hayesville, they all have festivals. And I plan on going to all of those when the time comes. So with that said, I think we'll say goodbye. And I will see you on the next video. So goodbye for now.